Oh, what a wonderful Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another great Cocktails with Cav show. Tonight we have an incredible guest. She's not only a great author, but also an incredible literary reviewer with her website, Cobbett's Literary Rise. And she also holds an indie author competition every month that you're going to want to stick around and hear about. Please hit that like button. Hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our shows. And please repost the shows so more people can get to know these incredible indie authors, entertainers, and artists that we have as guests on the show. A little housekeeping. Please check the links in the description of the show and visit those after the show to follow the guests' work. And by all means, please consider supporting the show. We're having a great time, I'm telling you. So please, hope you have a good cocktail. Sit back, relax, and help me welcome to the stage the incredible author and reviewer, M.G. Cobbett. Oh, hey, Michelle, I am so glad you could finally join us here on Cocktails with Cav. How you doing in beautiful Wales today?
Wales is actually, for change, sunny. And usually in Wales here it's raining.
Wales, is that in England? No,
dangerous ground there. That was rocky ground.
I stole the joke already, I'm telling you. But golly, no, I tell you what, and for those who don't know in the audience, Michelle is just one of the first really good friends I've made on X. She's an incredible member of the writing community online, and just a wonderful person to engage with and talk with. And but she's also an incredible author as well as reviewer. And you do a lot of great work, Michelle. You work really hard. And I tell you what, a lot of people have told me they've appreciated it, and heck, I appreciate it. That's for sure. So
I'm glad. I enjoy it. I think that's half the battle, isn't it? When you enjoy doing something.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because it can be a grind. But why don't you tell here on Cocktails with Cav, we're relaxed and having I know we decided we were going to have mimosas together since you're on UK time and I'm on US Central time. We'll have mimosas together so I could day drink without feeling guilty. No. But why don't you tell the folks a little about yourself for those that haven't gotten a chance to get to know you? Because like I said, you just wonderfully fun to have conversations with. But let them know a little bit about yourself and how you got into writing and all of that.
Right. Okay. So I'm 52-year-old grandma. No, I was even able to say 52 then, because usually I sit in and go, I'm 52, 53. So I'm 52-year-old grandma. I live on a mountain in Wales, and so I'm about 1,000 feet above sea level, which is pretty high for the UK.
Right.
It's beautiful. I live in a very beautiful place.
And you have posted some pictures. It's a beautiful view you have from where you're located at. I'm in New Orleans. We're 1,000 feet below sea level. So
I saw those floods last year, and that was really scary. So I'm glad that everything's okay over there now.
We're kind of resilient. We try not to be used to it, but we've gotten used to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? You get to a point where you sort of start expecting these things, and then you already know how to deal with them. So we have very high winds here, and I've had my roof taken off a couple of times.
Wow. Yeah, it's been there, done that, and have the T-shirt. So
Yeah, you will do because you're on the south coast, aren't you? So those hurricanes coming in from Mexico side of things, you know, I mean, we do see them, and you know, they look scary. And you know, thankfully we don't get anything sort of like on those scales, but you know, because I'm on a mountain top, and the valleys that you sort of like my mountain's here, and I've got a mountain there, a mountain there, and a mountain there, and like valleys coming in like a Y shape. The storms tend to come up the valleys and then hit the mountain tops. So yeah, it can be. The front of my house fell off this time. So I'm just waiting for the bad weather to pass now, so that I can have that done. So yeah, it can be pretty.
yeah, I could see it being and yeah, I know some of the pictures you had sent with just a beautiful overlay of fog, right? When you,
Oh yeah. I mean, I wake up a lot of mornings and we're looking down on the clouds, and that's really something a little bit special. You know, you don't, obviously it's not something you get everywhere, so that's really pretty. But I've never moved from Wales. I love it. It's you know, it's my where my heart is.
oh, and I tell you, some of the views you sent, like pictures, it does seem to be. It must be a little inspirational on the writing side, huh?
It's a very romantic area to live in, you know. So you know, I can sort of imagine like Bronte with Wuthering Heights being on the Yorkshire moors with all the, you know, the ground mist and seeing how that would affect her writing.
Right.
So here, like, you know, it's kind of like, well, it's the pretty side of it, but look, you know, it's a beautiful area, we're looking down on the clouds, you know, so it's quite romantic outlook, which, you know, is very inspirational for writing.
Yeah, I would think so. And I tell you, speaking of the writing, that's a side of you maybe a lot of people that are a little familiar with you on online don't pay a lot of attention to your work as an author while you're so busy reviewing, you know,
Yeah.
because you do help a lot of indie creators and do so. I know you've even reviewed one of my audiobook offerings that
Yes.
probably took you 9 months to listen to because it was so long, but that was a heck of a work. But yeah, we should talk a little bit about your work, and just I'll pull it up now so everybody can kind of,
Hmm.
you know, you have this incredible series, the Verona College series, and yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about that? They have the 3 books on there.
There's another 2 in the pipeline. There's going to be 10 in total.
Right,
So
10.
there'll be 10 in Verona College in total. And it's all set over like 2 or 3 years. And the final one will be, because it's called Verona College, it's nothing to do with Shakespeare. It was built on the grounds of the old Verona biscuit factory, Italian biscuit factory. So that's why it's called Verona. But you know, you can't get past the Verona insinuation of it being Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet.
Right.
So it's based around 2 to 3 years, I'd say. It's spread over, but it's all like so they all link in. So all the stories link in. You have like, it starts off with 2 houses, but it wouldn't matter if you'd read The Right Price first, because it's the same group of friends, and it starts off, 2 Houses actually starts off while Todd and Carmel are in their 2nd year. Whereas The Right Price starts off where Todd and Mitch have come into Verona College and they're in the 1st year. So, you know, there's that crossover. There's a lot of crossover. You see like characters coming out of one novella into another, and you know, the same. So you can keep up with the timeline.
Right.
So things that happen in 2 Houses will also happen in the right price, but you'll see it from a different character's point of view. So you'll see like the same incident, but sometimes you'll see it from like 2 or 3 characters' different points of view. So, you'll see like what looks like Todd is bullying Carmel in the swimming pool in 2 houses, when it actually gets to the right price and you see it from Owen's point of view. It's like, no, he's just trying to get her attention. He's not doing it very well. He's, so all the books are interlinked. All, the same group of friends, the same group of people. And, you'll, like in book 1, where Todd is, because Todd's a bully, where he's bullying kids in the canteen in book 1. That same incident will be going on in the background in book 5, and people are like, oh, what are they up to? Who are they? So it's all interlinked. It's all set over the same 2 years, and it's all young adult romance.
And it's some very, very good stories, and I know we would definitely be looking forward to all of it. 10 in total, huh?
10 in total.
Yeah, that's wonderful, though, and they're all, of course, available on Amazon. And you do, through your other work, just have a wonderful website going, so and that'll be available for the folks in the audience. Please, definitely give Michelle a follow and go check out her links on her work. And
my author website is available through cobbettsbooks.co.uk, and it'll be mgcobbett.co.uk, but I'm having a little trouble linking up the DNS at the minute. So when that's all done, mgcobbett.co.uk.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, and we'll have all the links for the folks on the show. That's for sure. And it's just a wonderful library of work you have going, and despite all the other work you do, helping other indie creators and stuff, and I wanted to have you on definitely to talk about that, so the folks who are aware. Like I said, your website, Cobbett's Literary Rides, is just. It's a great website, and you do some wonderful reviews.
Indie authors need supporting, especially with the advent of AI. We can't get traditional publishing deals anymore. I think that the danger comes from a consumer's point of view, where it's possible that we could pay like full whack for a book, believing that it's been written by a human author, only to open it up and find out that it's been written by ChatGPT. And I think that's possible now. I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just saying it's a possibility. And we have seen in the news recently that there were books that were written by AI that about King Charles's cancer.
Yeah, and I tell you, we have a lot of discussions about that with different creators. Not only I think in the author world, but art and screenwriting and you name it. And we all on that ship. It sailed.
Yeah. So it's possible, and I, for one, now at the minute, I'm not going to buy a book from anywhere unless I know that the author was human. I'm not going to pay for a book written by a computer. I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just saying that as far as I'm concerned, I know that it can, and therefore I'm going to make sure that what I purchase, I know has been written by a human being. So I'm leaning more now towards indie writers that I've met on X, because, I don't know what's out in the market. I haven't got a clue, and I don't want to pay like £17, £18 for a book, open it up and find out it's been written on ChatGPT. I'm not saying that the big publishing houses are doing this. What I'm saying is it's a possibility, and therefore, as a consumer, I want to know what I'm buying, and I don't think it's too much to ask for any publisher. You know, if they've taken on an author who has part written a book using AI, I don't think it's too much to ask for that publisher to put on the book cover. Oh, this book was written in part or in whole by artificial intelligence. I think that's, you know, considering that we know that, you know, ChatGPT is you know, is well known for writing on behalf of humans. I don't think that's too much of an ask.
Yeah, it's insane, really, and you know, you want to use the term. I don't even know if disheartening is the correct term, you know, but it is
disheartening. And what is really frustrating is, and especially as British people, we basically bend over and take it up the arse.
Yeah.
And we do that with everything, no matter what it is. We just stiff up a lip it and we're like, oh yeah, okay, we'll get on with it. And I'm screaming at people, you know, no, we don't have to take this. They should be saying this book is written by AI and they should have it on the cover.
No, they should. They really should.
Yeah,
the disclaimer.
They won't, because then they'd have to drop the price, because then you've got the case of they haven't had the outlay of agent, author and editor, and that's a lot of money. That's, you know, and then they don't have to pay royalties on top of that. So the amount of money that they're making out of these AI books by charging, and people just don't care. I did try to, you know, stoke people up and say, you know, come on, let's just make sure that if a book is written by AI, we know what we're buying. You know, I buy a lot of books.
Right.
Yeah, I buy between 10 and 16 books a month. I'm now never going to buy a new book by a new author ever again, because I don't know whether that new author is artificial intelligence. I'm not going to pay £17 for a book that's written by a computer in 20 minutes. I'm not going to do it. So
and
I'm going to
something has to give, you know, and hopefully, like I said, we're all, I think, on this ride together. So hopefully, you know, we can. People, especially as somebody who's appreciated literature his whole life, you know, it's something about the human element and versus the commercialism, you know, and that's okay. They won't be able to enjoy cocktail business lunches with real guys like me if they keep that stuff up. Speaking of which, we better go refill our cocktails a little bit, and please, when we come back, let's talk about your great review work you have going on right now, and also the writers competition that I really get stoked about every month. So.
Thank you.
You know, one of the things I love about doing the Cocktails with Cav show is it helps indie creators get their work out in front of people. And we talk a lot about how hard it is to be an indie creator, author, entertainer, artist. It doesn't matter. You have to not only create the work, but you have to do the legwork for marketing and everything that comes with that as well. And one of the things I love about the network that I'm able to get doing the show is that you come across companies every once in a while that really are in tune with the indie world and want to help indie creators. Like Grimm Books LLC. I tell you what, if you're looking for anything from quality reviews that'll help your book in its sales and marketing, to heck, even anonymous publishing if you need to get your work out anonymously. Grimm Books LLC has a lot of services that you might want to look at that won't break the bank, which is what us indie creators love. Heck, you talk about anonymous creations. This is even one of their better offerings. Now Comes Grimm, that incredible sci-fi novel. I tell you what, I've interviewed the author on the show and I still don't know what he looks like. So, but you really, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to take a little off your plate as an indie creator, go check out Grimm Books LLC. You can find them on X at Grimm Books LLC. Michelle, I tell you what, did you refill your mimosa? Because these things are...
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've now got vodka and tonic.
Yeah. You switched on me on the refill.
I like it.
Well, that's okay. Like I said, I'm on Central Time in the U.S. with you here, so I'm
Oh no,
guilt-free
she's down here. I
mimosa.
can get away with it.
Yeah. This is a breakfast drink. It's guilt-free mimosa.
I used to drink them all the time when I was in South Korea, and
Yeah.
we had like a pommy bar that I used to go to in Hongdae. So shout out to the Bridge Backpackers there. And yeah, me and Jenny, phew, God, the amount of times I've crawled up those stairs to bed at night.
Are we gonna have to do another entire show on your memoir of
Oh, South
South
Korea,
Korea?
yeah, my favorite place in the world. Apart from Wales, it's second only to Wales. I love it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But yeah, like we were saying before the quick break to go refill our cocktails, let's talk about some of the reviewing stuff you have going on now, and let the folks know that maybe aren't familiar how Cobbett's literary rides work.
Yeah. So what I do is every month I host a competition where the winner gets their book read and reviewed. So they'll get the book, purchase the book, so they get a book sale, and then I read and review the book. And this month I have read No Pepper Please by Ellen Ford, and I've also read Right to Kill by David P. Perlmutter. So I've done two indie books this month.
That's
I also review real authors. I'm not saying that the indie authors are not real authors, but as in opposed to AI.
Right.
I'm also reading Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. I'm struggling with that. I've literally been reading that for months. After 2 pages, I'm just putting it down. I can't stand it, But I'm one of those people I've started, so I'll finish. And so I'll pick like a couple of series of books as well. So I'm currently reading the whole of the Stephen King collection. So I'm reading my way through that. It's just fine with Stephen King, and he is such a great author, and he is, he's so used to writing, he can rattle them off, and it's really hard to keep up with his speed of writing,
Right.
But the other series, now I'm rereading it, it's J.R. Ward, the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. And if anybody who knows me will know that she's my favourite author, and I absolutely love the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, and it wouldn't matter how many times I've read it, because I'll read the whole collection again now and then start again.
Right. Well, and you said how did people get to participate in your reviews? You said it's through the competition that you
Yeah, so you'll find it on the competition page on my website. There is also a tweet in my highlighted tweets on X. So if you go into X and you find my profile, which is M_Cobbett71, that's it. Or you'll find the tweet through my website. It will always be in my highlights, and it will always be on the website as well.
Oh yeah, and that's awesome. So yeah, you indie authors out there, as creators, look, it's a wonderful opportunity, I tell you, because not only is Michelle thorough, which I can attest to, she she really does make it a point to give viable constructive criticism, viable praise when it's needed, and it's really, really helpful for indie creators, obviously. And so yeah, please go definitely check that out on Michelle's highlights on X, as well as wherever she posts on her website, cobbettsbooks.co.uk. It's wonderful stuff you got going on, and like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Michelle works very, very hard. Obviously. So, but
I know I've had a few authors say that after I've done the review, and because not only do they get the review, there's a package that comes with the competition win, as you know. So it's you get the review, so you get a sale on your book, you get an interview with from Green Hills, which is now Green Hills Chats, isn't it? Also, hopefully coming up, you will have an interview with Cocktails with Cav. So get your bottles ready, and yeah. So and then you get a regular plug, either weekly or if I'm not here for Sunday, then it'll be every other week. But it's a regular plug that you get probably every week, every fortnight on X.
Oh yeah, and that's wonderful.
And you get your own webpage on the site as well. So there's a whole package there that comes with winning that competition. So it's well worth entering.
Yes, it is, and I tell you, Michelle and I had talked. I'd love to have the authors on as guests on Cocktails with Cav, so we could follow up on your wonderful reviews and all your other work. But well, Michelle, I tell you, I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to come on Cocktails with Cav and having a mimosa, and then later on a different drink where you snuck off. If I get but that's wonderful. But ladies and gentlemen, please give Michelle a follow on X. She's at mcobbett71, but all her links will be on the show descriptions, and just please go give her check out that competition that she holds, and like she said, it's on her highlighted tweets as well on X. So please go check that out. Did we miss anything, Michelle? Anything else you want to plug?
Follow Frenzy. That's the only thing we've missed, and I think that's really, really important, because the reason that people do lists on X is they will list people who are likely to follow you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if I see a list, I will go straight through it, and it doesn't matter where the list is. I'll go straight through it, because those people are likely to follow back and interact. That's why they get listed. Yeah. Right. So every Friday, or as often as I possibly can, I do what I call the Friday Follow Frenzy, where I list about 40 people in a list. I shape the lists up, so that the different lists. But if you get yourself in on that, you're going to have, and all you need to do to get yourself on a Friday Follow Frenzy is interact with me somehow. You'll know if I've seen your interaction, because I will hit the heart and I will repost. Yeah, if I haven't hit the heart and I haven't reposted, give me a DM, or give me a nudge, because that means I haven't seen that. Because what X will do is they will only allow me to post so many times a day. And I don't know if you can imagine, I've got nearly 50,000 followers.
Right.
X has a habit of not allowing me to. It's like as if they wait for the last 100 or so, and then just nah, you're not having that.
That's it.
If you think I haven't seen you, haven't seen your interaction, give me a nudge.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful too. Yeah, and I'll tell you, the interaction part's critical, for those to network with people, not only to get insight on what's working, what's not working, but there's also tons of opportunities out there to help get your creative work in front of people.
I've had people say to me, why do you follow people? Why do you get followed by people who are not writers and authors? And that's a very good question, and the answer is a lot of people read.
Yeah, it's absolutely
exactly. And those who don't read, and don't write, might share my post, and it has happened. Shared a post, and somebody who does read, does write, has seen it and gone, oh, I like the look of that, I'll buy the book. So
that's it.
The more people you can get sharing your tweets, the more chances you've got of sales.
And that's it. It's a numbers game, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure. So make sure you share the Cocktails with Cav episodes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll
Oh,
put you up as well on my on the website, because I think you can see, I think it's Clark Datchler on there at the minute. So what I'll do is I'll put you, and I'll put, because I've got Green Hills one as well coming up.
right.
I'll put both of you on the front page of the MG Cobbett site.
Oh, well, that's it. Oh, Michelle, well, look, I can't thank you enough, like I said, for coming on the show and sharing about your reviewing work, as well as the competition, that opportunity for artists and authors, but also your own work. Those wonderful, you ladies and gentlemen, just make sure you go check out Michelle's work as well. It's available on Amazon, her incredible Verona College series. And Michelle, go.
Cheers!
That's right. Cheers up for the rest of the day, but we certainly appreciate you. And everybody give Michelle a follow, M_Cobbett71 on X. Cheers.
Cheers. Chin chin.